The greater part of us grew up hearing the mantra, "Don't be a loser," and we've incorporated it to the place where we feel remorseful regardless of whether we finish a book that is exhausting us. Our folks weren't totally off base in saying that perseverance is fundamental for progress. However, once in a while stopping is the best strategy. Whether it's a bombed project, an unpleasant work, or a bound relationship, stopping can be a prudence. Incidentally, a few of us are great at knowing when to stop, while others struggle with getting unstuck. Exploration from the College of Rochester observed that individuals are persuaded by the same token move toward objectives or evasion objectives. The people who fall into the methodology camp are inspired by difficulties and don't sit around attempting to take care of issues that just don't have a possible arrangement. At the end of the day, they know when to stop. Individuals spurred by evasion objectives, nonetheless, stress significantly more over coming up short. They need to stay away from disappointment no matter what, so they continue to work on things long after rationale proposes now is the right time to continue on. This is normally a considerably less useful method for working. Knowing when to stop is an expertise that can be mastered. Assuming you will generally stall out on things long after clearly the thing you're doing isn't working, you can prepare yourself to improve. You simply have to work on stopping. Fortunately, life gives a lot of chances. Here are a few things we ought to all stop doing. 1. Stop questioning yourself. Certainty assumes a gigantic part in progress. Hewlett-Packard led an intriguing review by which they examined the cycle through which individuals applied for advancements at the organization. Ladies, it ended up possibly applied when they met 100% of the measures for the gig they needed, while men applied when they met 60% of the standards. The scientists proposed that one of the many reasons men ruled the higher classes of the organization is that they were able to pursue a bigger number of positions than females. At times, certainty is everything necessary to arrive at that next level. The stunt is, you want to trust it. Assuming you question yourself, it won't work. Faking certainty simply doesn't deliver similar outcomes. 2. Stop putting things off. Change is hard. Personal growth is hard. Rummaging up the guts to go for what you need is hard, as is the work to get it going. At the point when things are hard, it's generally more straightforward to choose to handle them tomorrow. The issue is that tomorrow won't ever come. Saying you'll do it tomorrow is only a reason, and it implies that possibly you would truly prefer not to make it happen or that you need the outcomes without the difficult work that shows up with it. 3. Stop thinking you must choose between limited options. There's consistently a decision. Certainly, at times a decision between two things appear to be similarly terrible, yet at the same there's as yet a decision. Imagining that there isn't one makes you a casualty who is deliberately accepting a responsibility of vulnerability. To play the person in question, you need to surrender your power, and you can't put a cost on that. To prevail at the most significant level, you need to stop parting with your power. 4. Stop doing likewise again and again and anticipating an alternate outcome. Albert Einstein said that madness is doing likewise and anticipating an alternate outcome. Notwithstanding his ubiquity and cutting understanding, there are many individuals who appear to be resolved that 2 in addition to 2 will ultimately rise to 5. The truth of the matter is basic. In the event that you keep a similar methodology, you will continue to obtain similar outcomes, regardless of the amount you expect the inverse. Assuming you need various outcomes, you want to change your methodology, in any event, when it's difficult to do as such. 5. Stop thinking everything will work out all alone. It's enticing to feel that it's all going to resolve eventually, however in all actuality you need to make it work. This has numerous ramifications. Try not to anticipate that your manager should see when you're prepared for an advancement. Don't anticipate that your partner should quit sloughing work off on you in the event that you're continuously ready to make it happen, and don't imagine that anybody will quit trampling you as long as you permit it. Everything won't supernaturally work out all alone. You must be proactive and get a sense of ownership with yourself. 6. Stop saying okay. Each yes you utter is a trade-off. By saying okay to a certain something, you're not kidding to something different. Saying okay to remaining late working, for instance, could mean saying no to the exercise center or to time enjoyed with your loved ones. Research directed at the College of California, San Francisco, showed that the more trouble you have saying no, the almost certain you are to encounter pressure, burnout, and even sadness. Saying no is to be sure quite difficult for some individuals. No is a strong word that you ought not be reluctant about the possibility of employing. At the point when now is the right time to say no, stay away from expressions. For example, I don't figure I can, or I'm unsure. Saying no to another responsibility respects your current responsibilities and offers you the chance to satisfy them effectively. At the point when you figure out how to say no, you free yourself from superfluous requirements and save your significant investment for the significant things throughout everyday life. There are many ways we impede accomplishing our maximum capacity. We question ourselves, we conclude that something is simply excessively hard, or we enlighten ourselves that we'll stress tomorrow. To succeed, and I mean truly succeed, quit zeroing in such a great amount on the thing you ought to do and, all things considered, investigate the things you ought to stop doing.